Boom. We are live. Welcome. Well, we got some people in the house for a special live table talk. Good to see everybody. Glad y'all can make it. Y'all were looking for me last night. I know. But you said Sunday. Oh, when you gotta move things around, you gotta move things around. So we got Sundays live tonight. So you didn't miss anything. How's that? Whoa, we got a full house coming in here tonight. Mr. Bossman Blake in blue holding it down. Much love to you, brother. Being here. Yeah, we're going to get things kicked off and started. Good to see everybody. Miss Candy Cane 82 is in the house. That's right. Say her name. Say her name. Jacky Body's in the house. Much love to you. Chiquita Chapman is in the house. Much love to you for joining us. Lisa McIntosh is in the house. We got Tanya Daniels in the house. Kasumina is in the house. Miss Lorraine Muhammad is in the house. Peace and blessings to you. Always bring my 8-ball. Always bring my 8-ball. Way to do it. Way to do it. Bring the equipment in. We got Miss Trudy in the house. Welcome. God Almighty's daughter is in the house. Can't wait. All right. Good to see you. Whoa. We got Miss Leslie B in blue holding it down. I miss you, love. Good to see you. Yeah, we're definitely glad to have you. Hope everything is well with you and family. I miss you madly. Definitely good to see you. We got Sean Washington. Miss Sean Washington is in the house. Flower Bloom is up in the house. Dar Jackson is in the house. I know you tried to hit me up, Dar, on Facebook. I'm not too much of a Facebook kind of dude. I do a little research, get on, get off. That's it. Yes, but I just thought I'd let you know. I know you're reaching out to me. Much love for you for doing that. Laura Croft is in the house. Okay. Miss Laura. Patricia Hughes is in the house. Well, hello to you. Hello to you all. Baby girl AD12 is up in the house. Lynette Hodges is in the house. Ra the Creator is up in this house tonight. Y'all breaking down the doors. Breaking down the doors. Tonight, I wanted to do a special live table talk with you. For those of you who have been over to Miss 54 Keyz' house to watch the roundtable session on Shanquella Robinson, put a 1 in the chat if you were able to catch that super magnificent live. Just give me a 1. Let me see how many ones we got that'll pop up in the chat. All right, we're getting some ones in here. Let me see who was in the house. God Almighty's daughter was in the house. Gigi Romer was in the house. We had Miss Cuts, Miss Lorraine, Flower Bloom, Patricia Hughes, Ra the Creator, Tamika Ward, Baby Girl AD12, Larissa Golden. And for those of you who missed that live, you got to go check it out because this would be a follow-up. Tonight's special table talk is a follow-up to that live. I wanted to have an open discussion. We do a thing called Speak Your Piece on the round table. And we had, well, my goodness, well over 2,000 people in that live. And when we dropped the link to do the Speak Your Piece, the numbers went up like crazy, and we could only handle but so many people to come up on panel. So I kind of thought about that. I said, well, wow, all people, you can imagine how many people wanted to come up and couldn't or didn't speak their piece. So I said, well, let me do a special live. Let's have an open discussion, and we can bring people up on panel for those that had viewed that live, was there, and continue the conversation here tonight. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And yes, Larissa, it was an awesome live. I have to say, it was an awesome live. But great to have my moderators in the building holding it down. Who knows? I hope the numbers don't go crazy like, 54 Keyz channel. But we hope to have a number of you come up and have a discussion about this. This is a very hot story that has gotten the exposure that it needs, and a lot, almost every hour, every time you turn around, something else has come out about this story. And it's sad in and of itself of a young lady lose her life, and to lose her life with friends. Oh man, that's even worse. So tonight we are going to be having a discussion about SHANQUELLA Robinson. Hang on, folks. We're about to get into tonight's table talk. Say her name.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to John Q's Table Talk. Let's go. Here at Table Talk, everybody's opinions matter, because we only here for one reason, and that's the truth. Cue the truth. So many cases we've been facing, so many kids that have been taken. You got ours and you got on. Some of wells I just can't take it. Never see John hesitate. A hard to go you can't replace. So Table Talk gon' be the place where we break down all the basics. You don't need no reservation, open mind, a little face. That's why we work another case. Kids go missing every day. We know the news, they do their thing, but John gon' come through in the pain. But this is a show for all of us, so let us know just what you think. For Table Talk, it's time to go to work. Let the people know that John is going live. It's time for Table Talk. Yeah. It's time for Table Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Mr. John Q. Y'all show him some love, man. Yeah. Let's go to work tonight.
Okay, we are back. Want to make sure we have the channel covered. We're going to get right into tonight's special Table Talk Live regarding SHANQUELLA Robinson and the news, the breaking news that has been coming out on this story. I wanted to make sure that this was broadcast here tonight. The CBS News report regarding SHANQUELLA's mother's interview directly with channel CBS News. So we're going to be getting into a lot. Pay attention, pay careful attention. You've probably seen this before. Many channels maybe have covered it, but I wanted to make sure I covered it. So without further ado, let's get to it.
A North Carolina family is pushing for answers after their 25-year-old daughter died while on a trip to Mexico. Shanquella Robinson's parents say that she visited Cabo San Lucas last month with friends. And those friends claim that she suffered from alcohol poisoning before she died. But disturbing new information has emerged, causing her family to question what they were told. Salamandra Robinson is Shanquella's mother, and she's joining us now. And I got to tell you, I am appreciative that you are joining us now because I can only imagine the pain and the anger that you are feeling right now. And I know you want answers. We mentioned that you were initially told that your daughter had alcohol poisoning. So can you talk a little bit more about when you first found out that your daughter had been hurt, had died, what you were told, and what made you question what you were told?
Well, I received a call on Saturday saying that my daughter was sick and that she had alcohol poison, but her doctor had never arrived, so I don't know where they had got the alcohol poison from. So at that time, they said a doctor was on the way to examine her, and she wasn't responding as they told me. Said she was resting a little bit, but she wasn't all the way responding as normal. So I told them to keep me informed, and I wanted to know why they couldn't take her to the emergency room. They said because they needed $5,000 cash to be seen in the emergency room. And I said, well, she has insurance. And they said they didn't take insurance by being out the country. It was a little different. So at that time, I told them just keep me informed, and they did call back, but they still saying it was alcohol poison. So by later on that evening, they called and said that Shanquella had passed. And at that point, it just took my heart, crumbled up, just knowing my child was gone, and I couldn't get there to her, could not do anything. And they said the medics came, 3 medics came, and no one couldn't do anything, couldn't save her. But I believe Shanquella was already passed, had already passed. But later on that next day, I got a call saying that they was over there fighting Shanquella, saying they don't know why they put it on alcohol poison, say Shanquella, they was jumping on her.
Who called you?
And these were the friends that she was with.
So the friends that she was with said it's not alcohol. They initially said it was alcohol poisoning, and then they said, no, it's not. There was a fight.
There was a fight. This was a phone call that I received that it was a fight. So the video had to be out before they actually come back to Charlotte.
So there's a video for people that don't know, there's a video that surfaced on social media that's very disturbing. You've seen this video, I know. Did you get a call from the police at any point about what they found?
Oh, I never received a call from the police saying what they found.
Or an autopsy, anything like that?
Later on that week, that Thursday, we received a call. That was the autopsy saying that her death had nothing to do with alcohol. Say she had a cracked spinal, and say her neck had been broken. So that automatic let me know that she were jumped.
So did you, at that point, have you spoken with the friends that were with her since then?
I spoke to the friends, like they had, when she.
Now, I stopped this for just a moment. The police did not contact her. Think about that just for a second. She said the police did not contact her regarding her daughter. And you figure that's what the police does, is make contact or notification with family members, especially in a situation like this. But they did not contact the direct, immediate family after Shanquella was deceased. I wonder why. Let's continue. I just wanted to point that fact out.
When she actually passed, it was on a Saturday evening night when they called. But I talked to them. I think they'll ride back home maybe Sunday or Monday. And I talked to them like on Tuesday and Wednesday. I talked to them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And they kept on saying there was never a fight. There was never a fight. So I didn't believe any stories. So after we received the autopsy on Thursday evening, and the autopsy told us what had actually happened to her. And so that took it to a whole nother level because, they're saying that it was alcohol, and alcohol was not the cause of her death.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, the key word, I wanted to make sure everyone is clear on this. I kept hearing the word autopsy, that they had performed an autopsy. And we're going to clear that up in tonight's table talk.
They jumped on her over there. And if you see the video actually shows that she was not fighting nobody back. She didn't even have a chance. All of them sitting there looking, no one sat, tried to stop it. She had nobody over there to help her,
So this
and
is
there was nothing she could do.
this is a video that's circulating on social media. Just to clarify, when you saw that video, did you think that was your daughter?
Yes, that was my daughter.
Okay. Did the friends talk about the video? Did they acknowledge the video in any way?
No, never. They never acknowledged the video.
As far as you know, obviously, because this has happened in Mexico, which complicates everything, the Department of State has issued a statement saying that they're aware of the reports. What do you know from the Mexican authorities and even the Department of State about where things stand then? You mentioned the autopsy report. What have you learned?
Well, I have learned now that they are looking at it as murder.
Mm.
And I was glad to hear that.
This, so often it is mothers that really sort of push and push and push. And I know this is hard. Your daughter, I want you to tell us more about her. She is obviously not just a headline in a story. Tell us about your daughter.
Well, SHANQUELLA was sweet, very kind. She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody. She didn't mistreat nobody. Never, no one could possibly ever say anything bad about her because she was a good person.
Was she close friends with the people that she went on this trip with?
Well, all I know that she went to college with them. That one of the guys supposed to have been her best friend. And he had went on family trips with us, and he'd been to the family house. We all been on trips together, just good time. And I never thought that he could be that low to do my child like that.
Have you heard from him since all of this happened?
Yeah, he came to the house 4 days in a row until he found out we knew what the autopsy said.
And you haven't seen him since?
Haven't seen him since.
And Salamandra, have they given you any sense of a timeline? As far as I know, you said that they're investigating this now as a murder, but have they given you any sense of a timeline as to when you may hear more from them?
No, they just said they're still working on it.
Well, we want to acknowledge, we mentioned that you've seen the video. The reason we've chosen not to show it is disturbing. We can't verify the authenticity of it at this point. As you mentioned, you saw it, you believe that's your daughter. But we appreciate you sharing your story and what you believe happened. And as Anne-Marie said, it is moms who often do fight for their children that never give up.
We hope you get the answers that you're seeking.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's an incredible interview. And it definitely says a lot. And there are key words in that interview that grab my attention. And tonight, I'm going to share with you exactly what caught my attention. Before that, I got to take you to this place that they went to, that Shaquella Robinson and her 6 friends ended up going. Not only out of the country, but definitely well over 2,000 miles away Hold on, folks. We're going to take a trip. Thank you. I saw that. We went from Charlotte International Airport to Fort Worth, Texas Airport, all the way here to Los Cabos International Airport, and now to Villa Linda 32, where the group of 6, 4 females and 2 males, went to this area here in Los Cabos. And this is a beautiful area right by the beach and shoreside. Thank you for letting me know I was on mute. I stopped for some chips and salsa, yeah. But it's a beautiful area. Lots of people go here to vacation, and so did they for a birthday. Key word here, birthday. Reminds me of another case that had a birthday party too. But here in Los Cabos is where the birthday party was held for one of the members of the group who didn't show up on Friday, October 28th. In fact, they showed up the next day according to what they said. Now, his route was the same, according to his statement. His route was the same, leaving Charlotte, making the connection at Fort Worth International Airport, connecting to Los Cabos International Airport, and yet his ride was about an hour because of traffic. What I'm going to basically do, let's see, what else we got here? Oh, wanted to bring you up to speed in regards to some breaking news. That breaking news is good breaking news, but there's a few caveats. We'll get into it right now.
Some breaking news just into our newsroom within the past hour. We're learning that the Charlotte FBI field office has officially opened an investigation into the death of a woman on vacation in Cabo, Mexico back in October. Now, Queen City News first brought you the story about SHANQUELLA Robinson's mysterious death last week. As anchor Morgan Francis reports, police investigating the case are sharing what they've discovered so far.
Thursday, Mexican authorities told Queen City News SHANQUELLA Robinson's friends lied to them about what happened to her prior to her untimely death on October 29th. An officer investigating the case says they interviewed two friends at the villa in Cabo who said SHANQUELLA Robinson had alcohol poisoning. The same story her family says they told them.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse.
It wasn't until her autopsy came back that Mexican police discovered she had a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. They also didn't see this video showing Robinson get violently assaulted until Wednesday. For that reason, their investigation is still open and they're looking into her death.
There's a huge financial incentive to keep Cabo open and to keep people feeling safe. So to the extent they can find, prosecute, incarcerate the people that did this, in my opinion, they're going to try to do it.
Kurt Kearns is an international attorney with experience litigating international crimes and investigations. Some of what he has to say might not be the most promising news.
It's a sovereign state. So that's the first misunderstanding a lot of people have, is that, hey, man, if I'm an American and I'm in trouble somewhere, boy, they'll come to my rescue. And the reality is, not unless there's a really big interest internationally in coming to your rescue, because they will not upset international relations with a sovereign nation just to help out.
The police officer investigating the case tells Queen City News if they find evidence that leads to an arrest, they have authority to bring the group back to Mexico and, quote, they will have to answer to Mexican law. While the FBI and U.S. State Department say it's not their jurisdiction, it doesn't mean they can't investigate either.
Upon invitation, FBI can come in and assist. Upon, invitation, the State Department can get more and more involved, but it's only upon invitation, i.e., do they want us there?
That was Morgan Francis reporting. Police again are urging anyone with information to contact the local FBI office, and they will relay that information onto Mexican authorities.
Interesting. It's good to know that the FBI is involved to a degree. However, I wanted to point something out before I start dropping the link. All this information that's coming out on this whole thing, it's like, okay. I wanted to direct your attention to a full screen share here. I had that there. Give me 1 second. I got to pull that back up. Thank you for joining us. For those that are just coming in the doorway, 71 people up in here and climbing. good to see you. Definitely help the algorithm out on the story on tonight's special live. Definitely. Let me see if I have. Okay, I've got that one. I want to thank Shamina Wright for her due diligence in getting John the death certificate. I had it here. Okay, I think I can work with this one. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see that. Type of 1 in the chat. This is the death certificate. All right. Now, the thing I started seeing in various different places was this word called autopsy. Autopsy. According to the autopsy, this is how they found out that SHANQUELLA had a broken neck, broken back. And I'm going, really? What autopsy are they talking about? Now, if they're under the impression that a full autopsy had taken place, then where is it? Because all we have is the death certificate. And I'm wondering if the family just has the death certificate, some photographs, and believe that an autopsy was done that produced the death certificate. Because, folks, I'm about to show you something. This is the death certificate, obviously. You've probably seen this on various different places and channels covering this story. Here we have SHANQUELLA Robinson's name here, personal information. We pointed out hold on one second. Okay, I want to make sure I had my mic up. We pointed out some things on this death certificate that definitely drew some questions. The informant's name, the Shadira Lisbeth Morales Nunez, who didn't sign her signature on here, whether she may have been housekeeping or medical assistant, the folks that rendered medical service to SHANQUELLA. There's no signature here. We talked about that on our roundtable live. Also, the type of death is unknown, but yet the cause of death was a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. And a necropsy was performed. Answer yes. Now, a necropsy, or necropsy, they call it, is different than an autopsy. What makes it different is that a necropsy is an autopsy done more so on animals than it is on humans. We talked about that in our last roundtable. I said, what are they doing here? Was this the determining factor on determining the cause of death through a necropsy that was performed rather than an autopsy? Because let me show you something, folks. This is an autopsy. Right here. I'm going to use this autopsy here as an example. This is Kenneka Jenkins's autopsy. And as you can see, this is a report of post-mortem examination. Down in this autopsy, it identifies the individual, age, sex, date of death pronounced, date of the examination, who the examination was performed by, and whether there was a supervising medical examiner present. And this autopsy covers external examination, as it did in the Kenneka Jenkins case, evidence of injury, as it did in the Kenneka Jenkins case, internal examination, as it did in the Kenneka Jenkins case, because it covers all of these different systems: respiratory system, cardiovascular system, alimentary system, endocrine system, the specimens that were took to perform the autopsy, the pathological findings of the autopsy. This is an autopsy, and it also gives the doctor's opinion at the very end of it. They give you an overall summary and synopsis of the entire autopsy as was performed by the medical examiner. Now watch this. Here's another autopsy, and this is Kylie Rodney's autopsy. And you can actually see Office of the Sheriff, Coroner, Nevada County, title, Report of Autopsy. Identification, clothing, evidence of medical intervention, external examination, pretty much the same information that should be a part of an autopsy. Scars, identifying marks, external evidence. It's an autopsy. So did they just determine the cause of death through a necropsy, and somehow somebody believes that there was an autopsy done? I'd like to know the answer to that question. I would most certainly like to know. Wouldn't you? The other thing too is that the doctor down here, the forensic doctor, line 37, line 38 is the name, Renee A. Galvin Asequera. She's got a license number here, but guess what? The doctor didn't certify the autopsy. Now, who does that? So we've got two people here verifying a cause of death in a death certificate with no corroborating signatures based on the information. There is a seal down below, which is a notary seal that makes this document legal. But in order for this document to be authentic or authenticated, my goodness, where are the signatures? Where are the signatures on this document that legitimizes this death certificate? Because this is the certificate that goes back to the family. And anything under SHANQUELLA's name, business-wise and all, this is the document that's used to handle business affairs and estates, banking accounts, and all this other stuff. And this is what's puzzling to me. How could it be certified? That's right, Shani. How could this certify the findings in a death certificate as to what happened? It doesn't list the busted lip. It doesn't list the knot on the side of her head or any other external injuries that she may have acquired from that assault. No internal examination whatsoever to find out if there were any other bones broken, more or less any drugs in her system. Whether a toxicology report was nothing, just a death certificate. And they keep calling this an autopsy. Oh, the autopsy report, but when they say autopsy, they show you the death certificate. If you notice that. Yeah, this is starting to sound very familiar. So what autopsy report has been issued to the family? I'd like to know. I hope they had a full autopsy done once SHANQUELLA got back to the United States. A full autopsy done before the funeral services that happened just over the weekend. That bothered me. The other thing, too, is that I was able to grab this document here. This was very difficult to get, but I was able to get it. I don't know if you can see this clearly, because this showed up on one of the news clips, first in Spanish, and then it was transcribed into English. And this is the State Attorney General's office down in Baja, California. The field office in Los Cabos, San Jose del Cabo. I'll just read it to you because it is kind of blurry, but it says the State Attorney General's office of Baja California Sur carried out the field and cabinet proceedings to clarify the facts in which a female person of foreign origin lost her life on October 29th in a beach club in San Jose del Cabo. It is reported that last Saturday, October 29th, at approximately 6:15 p.m., he received a call from a public security element who reported that in a house in the Fundadores Beach Club subdivision in San Jose del Cabo, there was a woman without life. State criminal investigation agents moved to the scene where the first investigators were carried out under the corresponding protocol. Experts from the Directorate of Expert Services carried out the process of the place, looking for clues that will be attached to the investigation folder. The PGJE maintains the lines of investigation to collect more evidence to achieve accurate clarification of this fact without ruling out any hypothesis. And this is all they said. In other words, we're looking into it. Well, hence we have the FBI also looking into it as well. And now, since they have upgraded this from a femicide investigation to a homicide investigation, things are leaning more towards them taking action along with the FBI, which is good news. Now, let's hope they follow through. Let's just hope they follow through. Yeah. Yes, Shani, you're starting to get it. She was dead before they called for help. Yes, Miss Lorraine, that's right. You begin to think and put the pieces together on this. So for this to be the determining factor in and of itself, this is incomplete without an official autopsy performed on Shanquella. I'm not buying this because there's a lot of things that are not looking good here. A lot of things that are not looking good here. What do you think? I'm thinking that too. Anyway, just things I'm looking at. What was some other things I wanted to show you? Okay, that's not it. Because they kept saying autopsy. See if I can do this real quick. I'll show you. I'll show it to you. See if I got that connected. Hold on. Got to make sure my audio is connected because if it's got something on there, I can play it for you. Let me know when you can see that. Type of one in the room. Okay.
5-year-old Shanquella Robinson died a day after she arrived in Cabo with her friends. The family says her friends told them she had alcohol poisoning, but the death certificate I received today says nothing about alcohol.
I probably won't be at ease until someone's arrested.
Whether or not someone should be arrested in the death of 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson remains as uncertain as how she died. The woman, well known for her business braiding hair, turned up dead after just a day on vacation in Mexico. According to her family, Robinson's friends told them she was drunk.
They had a villa and they stayed there all night. They didn't go out at all. No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa
The
Linda
maid found
32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa and called the phone numbers they left with the company. Some numbers weren't valid.
Please leave your message for...
And others went to voicemail. So the death certificate has a section that reads, was it accidental or violent death? Yes was typed into that section, so it's still not clear which one authorities meant to select. The U.S. State Department told Queen City News that Mexican authorities say there's no clear evidence Robinson was murdered.
The accident wasn't your fault.
Now go check that out. But yet, the title of their article see? Make sure you see that. One more again. Autopsy findings released after a woman's mysterious death in Cabo. Did you see an autopsy in that news report? Because I sure as hell didn't. So when does a death certificate become an autopsy report? That's news to me. News to me. Anyway, just little things that are just popping in front of me. I wanted to make sure that I wanted to put in front of your eyes so that this way you're aware of how this case is going so far. So be very careful when you read news articles like that that say autopsy, and there is none. because they automatically relate to the death certificate all of a sudden, just like they did in that news article. See? And for them to have even spotted in the death certificate as well, was it accidental or a violent death? Question mark. They just put yes. Just yes. Yes to what? Was it accidental? Yes. Or a violent death? Yes. Hi, Cold Pepsi. See, and this becomes a shaky wheel on this vehicle that they're giving us. 15 minutes. Approximate time between injury and death, 15 minutes. How did you determine that? We talked a lot about this on our last roundtable. And 54 Keyz and Boss Blake asked the right question because we tore this damn thing apart. So them giving people the impression an autopsy was done, but yet they show the death certificate to prove that there was a death. The determining factor in the cause of death is severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Oh, nothing else? It's a lot here, folks. It's a lot going on already here. And we're just making sure that we're covering the bases by exposing this so that we know what to look for if we ever have to cover a case like this in the future again. So what I'm going to do is now we're going to begin our session, our open talk to session. Did the FBI do 2? Okay, let me start to get to some of your comments. That's a good question, Leanne. That's a very good question. Has there been a reason as to why they haven't produced an actual autopsy result? Now, we're still waiting for it. And like I said, I hope that the family had one done before the funeral services took place. I just read the police report excerpt in Shanquella Robinson's death. Doctor tried to revive her, names the doctor and times, and who called, said doctor was with her for 3 hours. I'd like to know where that information is. Send it to me by my email. It'll be in the description box below. Definitely. Yeah, most likely, Flower Bloom, they probably just did an x-ray. Quick and easy to produce a death certificate. Oh, her neck's broke. She's got her back is cracked. She's got a busted lip and a knot on her head. But, you know, the main part is that she's got a broken neck, and that's what we can put on the death certificate. Well, who knows? Who knows? Capricorn Queen, how are you? I'm starting to think they paid them off to make up that report. That's what we have to pay attention to, folks. It's what we have to pay attention to. And that's a good, very good question you have here, or statement. Lorraine said, how in the heck did these 6 leave without question? Angry face, I got you. How? Know why? Because it makes me think they left her there. They had the consigliere make the emergency call 911 call or whatever you want to call it, made the emergency call to have medical response team go to that location. However, they probably packed up and left. You heard what Shanquella's mother said. They said the housekeeping person found her. Huh? Wait a minute. So where's everybody else? Where's everybody else? Exactly, baby girl. How would they even know that she died within 15 minutes? We don't even have evidence of them checking the organs of the liver, temperature, anything. Yeah, correct. You're right. How? No clear evidence. Mm-hmm. It's what they're giving us. That's what they're giving us. So hopefully the FBI will get in there and shake that damn tree. Find out from the embassy and the local authorities down there exactly what they need to know. I think there was another. Wait a minute. Now you reminded me. Thank you for bringing that up. Is this it? No, that's that. That's that. Oh, I thought I had the other one. Okay. No, I know. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the link. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this. I just wanted to get things warmed up. Get the ball rolling. Because this is, man, this case has touched me just like the Kanika Jenkins case. Just like the Daniel Robinson case. Just like Jelani Day's case. Just like Kendrick Johnson's case. Yeah, they should have been stopped at the airport, correct. You wonder if they were stopped, but they came home. They came home with Shanquella's stuff, took it back to Shanquella's mother's house, and then told her that she passed of alcohol poisoning. Alcohol poisoning. What genius thought that up out of the group? You figure. And yes, that's why tonight's live is titled just that. Was it a setup? Do you believe that Shanquella was set up regarding this trip? Type a 1 for yes, 2 for no. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Lorraine, yes. All of them are. All of them. Boss Blake had brought to my attention just moments before I clicked the live button something that just blew me away. Something that just blew me away. Him and 54 Keyz did a deep dive last night. Me, I was out of it. I was out of it. I said, what? Oh, man, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Look at us. One. 2. You don't feel it was a setup. Some do. I got some 1s and 2s in there. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's the reason I wanted to go live tonight, so that we can have a discussion. And if Mr. Boss Blake is not too busy, because I know he has been all over the place. I'd love to have him come up on panel. Ah! No sooner than I ask.
Hell, you talking about? You know I'm coming, brother.
Whoa! I tell you, yeah, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We got some 1s and 2s in there, which is good, because I want to hear what y'all got to say. I'm dropping a link back and forth. I'm going to continue to drop the link.
What up, Blue Devil? Yeah. Y'all come on up here, man. Voice your opinion, man.
Yeah, definitely, because this is rattling my brain. You know, they say autopsy in this news article, and I'm going, oh, they finally got it. Oh, okay, where is it? I'm scrubbing the news article. There's no link. There's nothing else. So I go to Google to look for nothing.
Yeah. What's going on, Miss D? I don't know if everyone in here or anyone has subscribed to my community crime network, but if you go over there, you will see the video that I put up of them while they were eating dinner and they were playing a drinking game. So if you see that, or if you go and look at it, I want to see if your answer is still the same if you put a 1 in the chat.
Matter of fact, could you actually share it in here?
I can.
Is it possible?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I got it in my files. Hold on. Where we at? I don't want to play that part. Hold on. I don't know if I got it by itself. I know I got it. I tell you what, I know how to do it. We'll play it till we get to that point, and because I don't want to play that fight. I don't want to.
Okay. All right.
So what we're gonna watch is from when, and we got something else to talk about, but I ain't gonna bring it up in here. We'll talk about that later. But watch this video, John, and think of time, sequence, and what possibly could have been in a different place. Check it out.
It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I'll keep my hot business suit that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
The one that's like mediocre is in my chain. I can't do them.
Don't do it how we do it because we used to drink motherfucking
drink.
One.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. So come on, let me see what you got, Winter. Winter, what is that? I'm just playing.
Wow.
All right. So what you all just saw was 2 different videos, of course, that happened either wee hours, like my grandma used to say, Saturday morning. When I say that, I'm talking about like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Or it could have started, in the PM on Friday, right?
Right.
So we know what happened Saturday morning.
Yes.
If there was a setup, what you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Why wait to Saturday to do that, right? Think about it.
Right.
If you had plans to do this to her she wouldn't have had not one piece of fun while being there.
Period.
That's how I see it. But hey,
I
that's
mean,
my thoughts. That's just my thoughts.
yeah, well, I mean, you connecting it that way, it locks in. If you wanted to set someone up, now that you're there, what would you be waiting for?
Right.
Appreciate
that, Miss D. Appreciate it. Community crime. That's why I'm doing all
Absolutely.
my crime. Yeah. My other page, I'm doing nothing but music on the other page. Everything true crime will be on Community Crime Channel.
What would you be waiting for?
Exactly. What was you?
Now you figure, did they catch her coming out of the bed when she woke up? Did they catch her coming out the shower? Her going into the bedroom? I mean, because she was the only one naked in the room.
Yeah. Well, some things we ain't gonna discuss here, but I just feel like something happened the night that they were partying. Something was said or something happened. But and then I go to the point where early in the morning when y'all getting up, did you walk into something that you didn't want to see, or what? Because there are some rumors out there saying she confessed to something, which I don't really believe it because there's no facts behind it. But this seems like she was snatched out of her sleep.
Off her square.
Off her square, yeah. So it's we can make all the assumptions in the world. That's just part of the situation that we just don't know.
We just don't know. That's right. See, and that would be so cleared up in a way to where the autopsy report would tell us everything.
Yeah, most definitely.
Everything. And as I showed tonight, Kanika Jenkins' autopsy report, Kylie Rodney's autopsy report, yet they're showing death certificate. I'm looking for autopsy titles. Was there a toxicology done? Because when you have an autopsy, you have a toxicology report to go along with it.
Right. Like Brian I said, but it has to be the right time. I agree with that. But again, what were they waiting for? And then I understand they all got there at the same time, but you waited all the way to the next day. Like I said, these are my thoughts. Hey, you got a point. Maybe they planned it for Saturday. I just don't see them planning a trip to do this. They could have did that in North Carolina.
Or just predominantly any other time.
Right. Something happened up there or down there. Yeah, that's just what I feel. She say what she said? Oh girl, most likely stated, I'm going to F her up in the morning to somebody.
Or had to work up her nerve, build it up.
Yeah, I mean, and then just think about it. There's two people who was already had their cameras out ready to film it. So I feel like they were all up and she was still asleep because the camera was already out. Like they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like she woke up like, fuck, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm for the whatever, snap. I don't know. But all of them sitting on the sideline just watching and nobody decided to help, even her best friend.
Right.
He's a sucker. Or he ain't really her friend like he is compared to the rest of the crew. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
You have a big circle of friends. Some people vibe better than they do with others. Don't mean they don't care about the other one. They just, I mess with you a little stronger than I do her. And some people will say, okay, my loyalty lies with this one more than it lies with you. So whatever Shanquella possibly did, they agreed that whatever she did, this is what she deserved. I don't think the intent was for her to die. I don't think that.
Exactly. So stuff just happened, and it happened the wrong way. Now here you got 5 people in this bedroom. The 2 in the altercation. You got a young lady here holding a phone straight up with the same image that she's pointing the phone at. This was no FaceTime. This was record time.
Yeah, I don't know who said that, but you can see the figures in this in that phone.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see the outline of the bed, the shadow of the bed here, a shadow of the bed there. You've got the buckling of the bodies together here, the buckling of the bodies together here, the floor, the floor. Say no FaceTime.
Capricorn Queen, I definitely feel like there was some jealousy in there somewhere. I just can't prove it. But we all know that Shanquella was successful with her business, with her braiding hair, the
Yeah,
kids.
y'all see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got someone taking the video in the middle, and then over to the left, you got dudes standing right there. Now, I don't know if this is Khalil with Malik in the middle and not Dejanay. What's the other one? Winter on her phone. They didn't expect this.
Hey, God Almighty's daughter, the best friend was there. Nazir is not her best friend. That's the one who came on Saturday. Matter of fact,
Wow.
this is her best friend that we're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it appeared to me.
Yeah,
Standing
Khalil
right there.
and Malik.
And Malik.
Malik was the one who was like, at least hit her back or something like that. That's not him. He didn't say that. Just want to clear that up.
And this video stops right here. Now, the father believes that there was a second video regarding this altercation, this assault by a second party. And I've been missing a lot of the comments. I do apologize for that.
You know I'm watching. You know I'm watching.
Okay, cool. And it's sad. It's really sad. Now, there's another part to this where another assault happens, and this is the assault that does the damage. Oh, man. It's incredible. So now you've got not only one assault, but 2 assaults. That is a true conspiracy in and of itself, in every way, in every sense. Not the made up theory of a conspiracy, because it takes 2 people to collude together that would produce or inflict harm on another, conspiring together to harm another. And this is just plain, downright evil. To get out of the United States, to have this kind of an event happen to her outside of the United States, where the jurisdiction is even different. Los Cabos, Mexico doesn't operate under United States rules and regulations. In fact, there was a phone call that was made saying that they needed $5,000 just to get her to a hospital. What? She's got insurance. What are you talking about? So you can imagine how that played over. She's fully covered with insurance. What are you talking about? You need $5,000.
Right.
You're talking about Mexico. Like the FBI agent had explained, this is a sovereign country. They have their own damn rules and regulations. All we do is just communicate with them. You know, when it comes down to Americans visiting over there, because you've got Americans investing in timeshares of the like, Acapulco, Mexico, all around Mexico. And so, yeah, they are quote unquote, to a degree, business partners. They are exchanging commerce to a degree. But when it comes to the rules and regulations, hands off. You handle yours, we handle ours. And that's how they're playing this card. I think something happened, like you said, boss. If they planned it, why not do it on the last day?
Exactly. And then also, why would you film this to possibly have it leaked like it was?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying they're the smartest criminals in the world, but that's just plumb stupid. My mom always told me, don't call nobody stupid. But that's just stupid to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And like Laura said, it's not a fight. She didn't even want to fight. She did not want to fight. She did not even defend herself. This was a straight up assault.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can imagine what's going through law enforcement's mind too. Yeah, this is bad. Bad enough for the FBI to be convinced. Yeah, we got to look into this. We got to keep our eye on this, because now it's back here in the United States, and it's all over social media. So if we're sitting on our hands, guess who's going to get beat up? Our local law enforcement, North Carolina, and those above. State's not doing anything. Attorney General's not doing anything. Department of Justice is not doing anything. And this is international jurisdiction. Wait a minute. This has got to be federal.
Well, I want to play something.
They probably was mad because she had more money. She was talking her shit because she was the shit. They were jealous. Her body was better than theirs, and she simply had it going on. Well, Capricorn Queen, one could look at it that way. She was well-to-do. She had her own business. She was about being about business. And she damn sure took very good care of herself. Hair, nails, face, body, everything. Cat eyes. Why was everyone already staged for the fight in the room with the cameras ready to film? They was waiting for the assault to happen. Premeditated all day. And you would think so. You would think so. And just to see that clip, just the way it unfolded. So wait a minute, you got people standing there actually recording this? Why didn't they stop this? Friends, right? How many of us have them?
How many of us have them?
Yeah. These are the people that you were going down to celebrate another friend's birthday, which totally ruined his whole trip, according to him. He couldn't smoke a blunt. He couldn't do nothing. Nothing. His timing in the last live I had a problem with, and I had to listen to his statement again and again and again. I went back to the round table. We went behind the scenes, and yeah, we were chopping it up backstage.
Yeah, we were.
And I called him a liar, Nazir. I called him a liar straight up. I said, no, you're an effing liar. All the way through his statement. And 54 Keys and Bossman, wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute. What do you mean, wait a minute? What do you mean, wait a minute? He's trying to shake this shit off right now. He's holding up, the good book. And I mean, he's trying to convince everybody that, he's innocent. He had nothing to do with this. He arrived. And until we heard him say he arrived in Mexico, touchdown 2:16. It took him an hour to get to the villa. So that puts him at 3:16. I said, oh, okay. Now, she's already passed according to the death certificate. So how could he be rubbing her hair and talking to her? Let's get up. Let's go over here. We got things to do. How the hell did that work? So I had a problem with that. And then the rest of it came out up until we looked hard at his itinerary, his flight schedules and everything. And we'll be really sharing that information with you on the next roundtable. We're working as quickly as possible to tighten some things up, and we're coming right back at you with some answers on that.
Oh yeah, believe it.
Yeah, because I mean, we were chopping it up big time back there just on him. And then what you dropped on me just before the live, I'm like, oh, forget about it. I said, forget about it. Oh, man. Yeah, they were recording Cold Pepsi. Recording. You ain't going to hit back? Oh, the sound of his voice when he said that.
Yeah.
Why was the best friend not with them? It just don't make any sense. And then he gets the Cabos and she's sick.
Yeah, I addressed it already. She had Nazir confused with Khalil.
And Nosy Bug said, again, it sounds like a ready, set, go. Okay, fight. Watch the video. They say, okay. Then blows start as if it was a challenge or something. Ready, set, go. Okay, fight. Crazy. I mean, that's, in looking at that video, I mean, what else could you pick up? It just makes you think, was it a setup? Was this a sneak attack? Was this to get her off her square to a point to where this was the objective of the damn trip?
Yeah, I just don't feel that. Excuse me.
That's the heavy part. Whatever happened, they let her die before calling for help. And then had nerve to come back to the United States to tell her mother that it was something else. And just like her mother said, you know, she believes that she was deceased when they called her saying that she wasn't feeling well. That's a mother's intuition. Something else is wrong that you ain't telling me. And most likely it came through the phone. Voice that sounded unsure about what to say, you know, that hesitancy of trying to tell somebody something else that it's not. An appearance of the fourth kind, I call it. Things that are not but yet appear to be. Or they try to make it appear to be. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But when you take a look at the dynamics of this case and how everything unfolded, and like I said, for those of you who have missed that last roundtable, I highly, highly suggest you definitely make time, even though it's 3 hours and change, because we had to speak your piece like we're having tonight. The information that we were able to glean and put on the table and to get into that live, definitely well worth the time, because we definitely tore up some information as it was coming in. We got Carol Smith sending us stuff. We got Shamina Wright sending us stuff. She sent me the best, clearest death certificate that's out there. I mean, Boss had one from, where'd you get yours from? Nigeria, you said? Or a location that said Nigeria?
Yeah, it was the Nigerian news.
Nigerian news, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Definitely. So it's like, okay, we got this, we got that. But it was hard pulling that government letter to let the press know. This letter that I showed earlier, this one here. This was just to let the press know what the officials were doing. But yet the press didn't get this information until a week later. A week after the fact. I said, what took you so long to get this information over to us?
Right.
That you guys are pursuing an investigation, and now you're telling us? This was done, what, November 16th? Just 5 days ago. I went to the site, to this Baja, California SUR, and everything is in Spanish. So I had everything converted to English, and I couldn't find this document. This is a press release. See it?
Yep.
There's a press release on the 16th. And when did this incident occur? October 29th. Look how long that is. You're just getting this information to us now? Now that they know, that also applies additional pressure for the officials to do something. It was a good thing. But I went to try to find this press release myself. No, I had to actually catch it on a video, wait for the conversion from Spanish to English, and then take a screenshot of it before it disappeared. It's almost like they didn't really want you to see this document. I'm like, okay. I need that document for my live. Thank you very much. And then once again, the autopsy versus the death certificate. real. I'm looking for pathological findings. I'm looking for toxicology. I mean the whole 9 yards. And yet they're deeming a severe spinal cord injury along with an atlas luxation. They couldn't even answer whether it was an accident or not. Yes. Well, yes to what? No signatures. No signatures, man. And I said red flag right there. Even the doctor forgot to sign. Wait a minute. So what the hell was he certifying? And you can imagine, thank you for bringing that up. You can imagine what her boyfriend is thinking right now. I'm going to try to get to some additional comments up here. I'm dropping a link, folks. I mean, all got plenty to say in the chat. This is a discussion for you guys. Definitely come up and share your thoughts about this story that you've been following.
No, definitely.
You got Miss 45 up in here too. Hey, Miss 45 is in the building. I know I'm behind in the chat. Watch Blake chat. I keep hearing it was a transgender. No, it's no transgender. Now, now at first we had to look at that video hard.
Yeah, we did.
There was some muscles and thickness.
I was definitely looking myself. I ain't gonna even lie.
As soon as that bonnet came off, that triggered everybody. They're like, wait a minute, is this dude? Wait. There's no dude, because we looked at it hard enough to get confirmation. Nope. Look in the front. There they are.
I like the way you broke that down, John. Look in the front. There they are.
Miss BBK is up in here. Whoa, long time no speak, Miss BBK. Yeah, look in the front. There they are. Yep. Oh no, we can't mess this one up. We can't mess this one up. Definitely. And yes, Raw the creator, Khalil is her best friend. And as you saw in the picture that I just showed you, the screenshot, he's standing right there to the left-hand side of where Denasia, whatever her name is up against close to the glass sliding door, appearing to be getting ready to come at her again before the video abruptly stops. And Miss Sweet said, I think Malik is sweet.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I ain't got nothing against them, but I'm with you.
Ms. BBK says, and they stole 10,000 and split it 5 ways. Now, when I heard that, I said, oh, wait a minute now. I'm waiting for the parents to confirm that.
Right.
Waiting for dad to confirm that. I'm waiting for mom to confirm that. It's out there though, but the best confirmation is going to come from her parents, knowing now that they have her, the services were done, and now they have complete control over her estate, all of her financial affairs and everything. And I'm sure that if anything like that was definitely missing, that's definitely going to come out. If it's true. But without them saying it, it's a grain of salt. I take it as a grain of salt for now. But it's good to see you, Miss BBK. You're breaking down a lot of stuff on her channel too. All right, let me see what else we got here. I'm like, I put up a. I keep dropping a link until y'all get a headache. How's that? How's that? I keep seeing this blue line. Yeah, just hit it, click it. Speak your mind. Share your thoughts, because I'm sure that I'll have plenty to say, especially on this case. I think they made her think it was a game. But in reality, they knew she was about to get beaten. She didn't know it was going to be a real fight. She didn't know it was going to be a real fight. She thought it turned into something else. There's a bunch of dumb criminals. Yeah, definitely. It's a hard video to watch. I mean, no doubt. It is a very hard video to watch, just like Kanika Jenkins and the freezer pictures. Those are very hard pictures to watch. You know, especially if you're analyzing to understand what happened to this girl. How did she get here? Why is her clothes so filthy and dirty? And as you just follow the evidence where it leads you, and we took a look at the back of her jacket, and we took a look under her arms, and there was a lot of buckling there on both sides, symmetrically, and the jacket was raised above her neck. So, hey, somebody lifted her underneath her arms, took her backwards in there and placed her down. And that's the way the jacket stayed. She didn't walk into that freezer by herself. She didn't walk in the freezer, period. She was placed there. As a better point, rather than being downstairs in the basement kitchen, it was a better point of liability to put her upstairs in a kitchen that was under construction. Hence, the costs are lower to handle that liability. Hence, you don't call it a homicide, you call it an accident. She did it herself. But with the manipulation that we've been able to find out about how the video surveillance footage was captured from its original footage and then converted over to an exec file with a Windows media player and all this extra shit, you know, that they attached to it, along with the red boxes and everything else. Because when you look at the video footage outside of the exec file or that Windows media player, and it's just straight footage, there's no red boxes. There's no timestamps. It's just regular straight footage. You have to set up all of the other components, the date, the time, and everything. That's how we were able to bust that up and get through that. Well, certainly. And the same is going to be applied here too. You know, a lot of, you know, we know that, you know, there's 6 people, well, 5 of them are not sleeping well.
Most definitely not.
You would think. And there, you know, there was a guy, I think I came across an Instagram post way earlier today, and a guy went knocking on doors looking to he was looking for him. Nobody answered. He made phone calls just like the newswoman did. Nobody answered. Disconnected. So they know people are looking for him. And you're right, Flower Bloom. Real friends don't do stuff like this. They don't.
Yeah, I don't care how mad you are. The way they fought her, the way she beat her, you would think she didn't even know her. They were strangers or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But this was some kind of, oh man, this was some kind of demeanor she had. This was a heated passion. Like she's been holding this for so long. And here was the point she just let it go.
Yeah.
Miss Sweet says, I think Winter kicked her in the other video. And that's what killed her. Well, it was stated, since you brought that up, it was stated that, out there, the rumor is that she had grabbed her by her neck and body slammed her. I keep hearing this body slam. Body slam. Where's the video? Where's the video?
Yeah.
So we could see what this body slam is all about. Then I started thinking, I said, well, wait a minute. She was sitting on the floor when, what's her name? Denasia?
I be having issues with her damn name too.
You know, when the girl backed off and said, yeah, come on, get up. When she backed off and Shanquella was still sitting on the floor, she was slumped over forward. And I'm saying if Winter did anything before that video shut off, after that video shut off, if she came behind her because she was standing right there, she could have given the phone over to Khalil or shut her phone off completely, or maybe even given it to Malik. And she went right behind her, grabbed her by her head or the back of her shoulders while she was sitting, and then pulled her backwards, slamming her body backwards on the floor. But to continue hearing, I could see that, but to continue hearing people say, oh, she body slammed her. You know what I think of when I hear body slam? You know, like the wrestlers do, that they pick you way up off the ground and then throw you down and slam you. Body slam.
Now, you know, something I had seen just reading another news article yesterday, and I only want to bring this up because, you know, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say you, a lot of us watch, you know, other people's stories. But one thing about us, I'm not gonna sit there and watch another YouTuber talk about what they feel happened, because we can do that.
Right.
I'd rather hear anything that comes out of the mother's mouth, father's mouth, the sister's mouth, or any of them other ones that's silent right now. You know, they're not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but you gotta understand, a lot of YouTubers will push a narrative whether they right or wrong. It's because they're getting numbers. And we have found several of them, and I'm pretty sure y'all have watched these same people. They're putting out false information. I was looking at a news article from USA Today. Do you want to know who they said found her body? The police. So if they putting out wrong information,
wow,
can you imagine what YouTubers are doing? So if y'all send us something and we ain't rocking with it, please understand that if it ain't no facts behind it, we can't. We gotta respect her name and her parents. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can put out an opinion all day long. Just imagine you accusing somebody, the world start accusing that same person, people go kill them, and guess what? He wasn't even the person who did it. You won't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So we just not gonna do that. I'm sorry. It's respect. We appreciate everybody that helps us. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's gonna help, you send it, we gonna look. But if there's no validation to it, we can't rock with it.
Right. Oh, you want to know something else, boss? Oh, wait a minute. Let me share this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was doing some digging. You know how John Q goes digging and starts to. Oh yeah.
What you done found, Johnny?
Well, we're gonna share it. It's on live tonight. Table Talk. Look out. We're gonna share it. Let me know when you can see that.
Yes, sir. Oh, we got some people.
Now, remember, we went to this site, right?
You know, you know somebody back here, right?
What's that?
You know you got somebody back here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just give me a second. Whoever's back here.
All right, God Almighty. We see you, God Almighty.
God Almighty. Okay. Yeah, I went looking for Villa Linda 32. I wanted to take another look at some of the pictures. And you know what?
You found the game room.
No.
Okay.
No. Guess what?
What's up?
You can't find Villa Linda 32 on the website. Took it down.
Oh. Even when you search through Google Pics?
I went through every avenue I could. I went through the filters. I went through Google. I came back. I went to every community looking for this. And I know where we had found it before. Under Puerto Los Cabos.
I mean, what do they think that's going to do by taking it down?
I don't know. They don't want nobody going to that site.
You know what
that's it. Look, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Casa de Sueños, Villa de Tranquilidad, Casa Piedra Blanca, Villa Saguaro, Villa Estero. That's it.
Y'all hear John speaking that Spanish?
I'm like, wait a minute. They took it down because this is where we found Villa Linda 32 under Puerto Los Cabos.
But it's
okay.
It's almost kind of like not in a sense, but it's just like Rosemont. They don't really they don't want people to know about no goddamn dead body in no freezer. You know what I'm saying? So if they finna get a big business venture with Bill Murray, you think they no, they don't. You know what I'm saying? So they don't. Let me take that off the website. Take that off the website now.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna let God Almighty's come up real quick. If you can show me, give me a little hand wave. If you can just turn your camera on real quick. A little hand wave before I bring you up, if that's okay. And then once that's it, okay, cool.
We got to be careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, good. Okay, so first off, I just want to say, did y'all watch the interview with the father? Because $10,000 is a rumor. He said when they looked at her credit card that it was nothing taken out. It was like an hour long. It was an hour-long interview.
Okay, now this was recent?
Yes, this was on a guy named Deans. He's like a North Carolina journalist. And he had a whole interview with the father. And it actually has like a lot of important information in there. So if y'all haven't watched it, y'all should go check it out.
Oh, okay. Because I know he did. Is this Gerald Jackson?
Yes. Okay. That whole hour interview, he said, let's just cut it. He said they didn't see any missing money or anything. So let's cut that rumor.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I hadn't heard from the mother or the father regarding any money or anything else other than what they said.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think a lot of people, of course, they have their own personal opinions and everything. But I did want to say real quick, first off, thank y'all for allowing me to be up here. I be liking this stuff that y'all are doing. It's very good putting us all together and putting our minds together. Because apparently we doing more than the police and the FBI.
Yeah, well, we're letting them know, especially here at my house, we're letting them know if we're following a case and they know we're following them, we're letting them know what we're following about what they're doing. To let them know we're right behind them. And if you ain't crossing the T's and dotting the I's, we're going to make
Yep.
some noise.
I know that's right.
And just like the article I brought up about, the news article that said autopsy released, and yet they show the death certificate.
Yeah, that's oof. Oh, it just affects me so bad.
It's night and day with these two documents. That's why I brought up Kanika's autopsy and Kylie's autopsy, just so that people can see the big difference between a death certificate and a full autopsy, because both these autopsies have toxicology reports by NMS Labs. That's one of the big laboratories in the country that handles toxicology in any criminal matter or case that comes out. So I'm looking for the same thing, but it's not out there.
Nope.
And to hear, I think it's Shalamandra is Shanquella's mother. She said something about autopsy in the news report. And I said, okay, well, maybe when they brought her back, they have a private autopsy done. And now they know the official results of the autopsy. And this is what stopped Khalil from coming by, because now the cat's out of the bag.
Yes, fake self. Oof, yeah. So my thing with it is, okay, so when she was like, y'all H's, where y'all at, why y'all not naked? Was not the door closed and then somebody opened it, right?
Say again.
When she was looking for them, was the door closed? Because that whoever the guy was, they opened it, correct?
Yeah, I think he was opened it, and first I thought he came out of the bathroom. And yet the angle in which she was walking down the hall, I thought he was standing right there near the door, saw her coming, and then turned around and went into the room, almost like to maybe give them some kind of a heads up. Hey,
See, that's weird to me. That's weird to me because if somebody's screaming for us, I'm like, hey, y'all, we ain't here. We ain't here. Come in here. Come to the back. That's just weird. That's red flags right there. Right there. And you know what? I'm so glad that whatever told her to start recording, rather it was just to, put something up, she recorded for a reason. And that reason really did help us for real, because the whole vibe was weird. So, like when I know in my younger days, when I would walk in a room and it's a whole bunch of girls or a whole bunch of people, when somebody's been talking about you, you can feel it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I have a feeling whatever they were saying, it had something to do with her. It had to have, because it just doesn't make any sense. Y'all all in a room and I'm by myself. Why are y'all all together and without me? We need to make plans together. You know what I mean? A lot of it just don't make sense. And the horrible lie of the alcohol poisoning, I don't know if they put her on the toilet to make it seem like that's what it was, like as if she was throwing up. But that just didn't make any sense. That was the worst thing to even come up with. Like, oh, she has alcohol poisoning. Like her family's not going to get an autopsy done on her.
Right. You have a death now. Obviously, the family is going to make sure that, whatever happened to their daughter, that was the main reason for her passing. What do? Well, you get an autopsy done.
Exactly.
You get a toxicology done. You check out to see what else outside of a broken neck and a cracked back did my daughter suffer from.
Now, why did he say that he was late? He said something about traffic. Was he an hour late or was he a day late? That's my question.
Right. Well, he was supposed to, the way he made his statement, Nazir, the way he made his statement is that he came on Saturday. He didn't come on Friday when they came. Maybe he got held up and he just caught the next flight out. Now, looking at the flight itinerary, going to Los Cabos, there's one flight out of Los Cabos and one flight in to Los Cabos. We'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about that on the upcoming roundtable. We got the whole flight itinerary from the airlines.
Okay, good. Because that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense to me either. Like, who wants to be late going to Los Cabos? You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be having fun, turning up. Why are you late? Why are you the last one? What
Right.
happened in between that time? You
Right.
know?
He never tells us though.
Exactly. So why am I the only one late? And then I'm the only one that's posting what happened when I got there. You know, I just know it was a lot of lies when he was talking, because he was just everywhere. What sense does it make? I'm going to come in this room. You're laying on a couch. I'm rubbing your head and I play Summer Walker. What Summer Walker got to do with anything? What is that going to do? Heal me? You know, what is that? Like a blessing song? You know, it just don't make sense.
Yeah.
And for some most people, not saying, that smoke weed and stuff. I mean, usually they're mostly observant. So if you didn't see no knot on her head and she's not acting normal, it's all lies to me. They all lies. They all liars. And they all did that girl so wrong. So
I kind of picked up on that too, because I said, well, if you're rubbing her head, don't you notice a busted lip? Don't you notice a knot on her head if she has a knot on her head? And it didn't come until, like a second thought. I did see that she had a busted lip. And, that's when he said the nurse was there.
Exactly.
That's when he noticed. But before she was there, he said nothing about those items. Exactly.
And this is my whole thing. Now, I do know, because I did rewatch the videos quite a bit of times. So I did, whoever in the comments, they did say something about she did say something about she was kind of prepared for it. But this is my thing. That young lady was very vocal just with the little clips that we had of, where y'all hoes at, when she had said that. So I know something must have been wrong with her, because if she didn't want to fight, she would have been vocal about it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, okay, that's enough. Or, she would have said something in defense like, look, I don't want to do this right now. But she didn't. All she said was no. And see, that no bothered me. It bothered me so much, because I know just by how she was, she said hairstyle, she's a braidist or whatever, she has vocals. So she will talk. Why was she not talking? Why was she moving slow when she kind of moved her arm up a little bit? So what was wrong with her? Was she drugged? Did they catch her?
Right. They caught her off her square. That's
very much. She wasn't on her P's and Q's at all. At all.
Exactly.
And then not only that, Mexico don't care about us in the United States. They don't even like our president. So why would they even go into a thorough investigation of her when so many people and foreigners die in Mexico? Right. And I feel like they chose Mexico because it's easier, they think, to get away with it, because they know how they feel about us in the United States.
Interesting. Yeah, because one thing they do love about us is our money.
Exactly. And that's about it. But other than that, they don't care for us, So we blocking their people and whatever from coming over. And our presidents have said a lot of horrible things about them. So, why should we even care about this foreigner young Black girl? Why? Why should we care? Here y'all go.
That's right.
Death certificate.
Miss BBK said, didn't the United States just give Mexico the green light to extradite them back to Mexico? And we're waiting for that. We're waiting for that word. We're waiting for that news. And if they have to, if they have found some kind of foul play on the Mexican side, now that it's a homicide on their side, obviously they're going to want to know what the story is and why these people lied to them about such a thing, and then only to find out on from American TV and national media attention, that this played out entirely different compared to whatever story they ended up telling them.
Yeah,
and like I showed that document. I'm just gonna mute you here for a second.
Yes.
Like I showed on that document, pertaining to the government officials and everything, they waited almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks to actually notify the Mexican media about the story. That's what that page that I showed, this one here. This one right here. It was done November 16th. Today's the 21st. They got this 5 days ago. And yet the incident had occurred on October 29th. So why are they telling us this now? This is the news media. But this is a press release. That's dated November 16th. So they even delayed on saying anything to the news media. They even delayed saying anything to the news media. So, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
That,
okay.
but that was all I had to say. I just had to just clarify that. And plus, I just don't trust Mexico at all. You know, I mean, did you look at like all the deaths that's happened out there and that none of them were resolved or anything?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like
Boss was doing some research on that too, and it's very troubling.
yeah, it is. How none of them were solved or anything. So it just, you know, to me, that's just like another case for that. This is
Yeah,
another case for that. But that's all
definitely.
I have to say. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm about to
Yes.
get back down in the comments.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us on Table Talk and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you, dear.
God bless you.
All right. I've been dropping a link. Nobody wants to come up. But yeah, has anyone seen the second video? I haven't. And if Boss would grab it, then boom. I know he hasn't. I know 54 Keyz hasn't. But if there is a video, a second video, a third video out of this case that depicts or shows in any way, shape, or form that Winter did do the dirty, well, that's lock, stock, and barrel. But as far as that question is concerned, I have not seen it. Yeah, Winter's fighting video or the assault video. Laura says the one filming never stopped filming to help. When she walked into the room, that was strange. Yeah, it was very strange. Very strange. You know, but yeah, I totally agree with God Almighty's statement. You know, good thing she did have her video camera on when she was looking for them in the villa. So where y'all at? Are we getting in the jacuzzi, or are we going to chill out, or what's up? Where are y'all? Only to find them all in one bedroom. I found that very strange. And the vibe of her walking in the hallway by herself is like, okay. But you see the difference of them sitting at the dining room table, and they had all the food and everything, and they're raising the glasses, drink, let's drink. And they're playing, card game, adult card game. I don't know if it was like a I dare you kind of thing, but yeah, they looked like they were enjoying themselves. But then again, when we get to the scene of them doing push-ups, I'm saying, is that to make something work faster? You know, is that to make the alcohol work faster, or maybe something else? We don't. I'm not going to take us there. Just saying, why would you be doing push-ups? Why would you be doing that? Do we think she just didn't want to fight or couldn't? She could have been drugged. And once again, being taken off your square, you know, thinking about it, was she coming up, waking up out of her sleep and got caught? Was she coming out of the shower and going to the bedroom and got caught? One thing's for certain, she was naked. She had no clothes on. And not wanting to fight back in any way, shape, or form to defend herself. I mean, oh man, it says a lot there, and it makes you think, why? Why? Conspiracy to get ransom for? I have no idea. No idea. But you know, your thoughts on? I guess that 5,000. We need 5,000 to get her to the hospital, and all this big money. You know, one would think something like that. But as long as the parents stated that, hey, nothing was taken, that kind of, you know, tightens that up right there. John Boss, do we know for sure if anyone was, you know, well, you know, so no, not in what we saw in terms of the video. No, everyone was accounted as 7 people there. All 7 were outlined on the guest list. All 7 were obviously identified. I keep hearing 2 different things. Yeah, I hear you. That's why I just said, you know, be careful on who's putting out information and trying to show you pictures. There was one content creator out there who actually did a Photoshop on, I think, Denasia, the one who was assaulting SHANQUELLA. And one picture on one side, you know, had no hair. The other picture on the other side, she has a whole full head of hair. Trying to make the left side more look like a dude, and the right side obviously looking like a female. I'm like, okay, they're starting to play games with this stuff. Come on. You know, but there's a lot of stuff that people shouldn't really be getting all up into. Really. I tell you what, thank goodness something told Quella to record. Yep. When she was trying to find those enemies, because it gave us a lot. Yes, it did. On an enormous note, on a normal note, friends would have been like we are here, in here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that's a good one, Miss Lorraine. How do you fight someone that's not fighting back? That's why I said, you know, she must have been carrying something for quite some time. Those are thoughts. We talked about that on our previous table talk. Friendship and thoughts. Definitely. And oh, yeah, SHANQUELLA was a Capricorn. Samuel Avila is in the house. How you doing, Sammy? Good to see you. And that could be what happened. You know, they were waiting for her to let her guard down. You know, get her when the time is right. You know, thinking about, you know, what story you're going to tell. Because when you go that far, you think about it, looking at that video, when you go that far, what story are you going to say when you come back to the United States? Was the video going to be used to embarrass her had she lived? Make her look like a fool? Because it killed the whole, I mean, if it happened on Saturday, it killed the whole weekend. It just killed the whole trip. What do you do after that? What do you do after that? Yeah, it was weak. It was weak. That's that street stuff. Street mentality. Women should be lifting queens like a, yeah, supporting one another. Damn, you go down there to do that? Well, over 2,000 miles away in another country is what you can think of doing? It looked like it was starting off pretty good with them sitting at the table and, oh, okay. Then to have that happen? 24 hours from touchdown. Oh, yeah, it makes your blood boil. Cold Pepsi said they knew she wasn't someone that fights. Her dad said she don't fight. A peaceful, loving woman. Entrepreneurial, intelligent, beautiful. Got it together, getting it together. I thought so too, Blue Devil G. Yeah, somebody, getting you out of bed out early in the morning, got an attitude and want to confront you about something. About what? See, the why has got to be answered in this case. Why did that happen? Miss Beauty says, I don't have any friends. Can't trust them. Yeah. And it keeps you on guard. Really keeps you on guard. We talked once again in our last table talk session. We talked about friendship. We talked about thought processes. We talked about protecting yourself when it comes to making a commitment to be a friend, finding out the definition, the other person's definition as to what their definition of friendship is. How do you define friendship? What's your definition of friendship? What does the picture in your mind show you? And what do you say about the picture in your mind that you're speaking about regarding friendship? We cover that information on our last table talk. And we pulled it right out on the table. Associates, yes, Candy. Friendship is earned, and it's earned over time. You can't become complacent these days by thinking you have a friendship you don't have. You don't want to be the gullible one. Always wanting to be nice, get along with everyone. That's part of your nature. Treat people as you would have them treat you. That's the old golden rule, old school stuff. But yet you have to keep your eyes open. You have to keep your ears open. Learn about people for yourself quietly. They will say things. They will do things. You will see things. And then in your heart, I said during that table talk, evaluate. And then on a constant basis, reevaluate every time that you are with them. Reevaluate, reevaluate, reevaluate. That's going to keep you on par. Because once you see something wrong that they do to somebody else, you better flip it backwards on you. What if that were me? And then let your inner voice, let your spirit be your guide. Yeah, the drinking game, the fight game. But you ever notice I think there are 3 cases I can put on the table here tonight that have one thing in common. 3. There's a birthday party that Kanika went to. What were they doing in the hotel room? Kylie Rodney's case. There was a graduation party in a park. What did they do? In this case, what did they do too? What you saw them do on the video. People get taken off their square with alcohol more so at any kind of party, gathering, you name it, house party, friends party, graduation. It don't matter. If you have alcohol there and it's a bunch of people and everybody's like getting served up, becomes a dangerous thing as time progresses. There's always somebody gets taken off their square and then they get into words and then those words turn physical. I've seen it here in New York many times. I said, you know something? I'm staying my ass home. Happy birthday, and okay, I'll see you later. You know, many wishes to you, many more for you. But yeah, whenever you have alcohol present, and especially if it's not in moderation, yeah, you're definitely gonna come across an imbalance somewhere. There's always somebody that can't hold their liquor. They get sick and go to the bathroom, or the heat gets turned up. The attitudes start flaring off. Very dangerous. And for the young people that are 20, 25, those are the ones that are showing up on the news. Those are the ones that are showing up on the news. Either in a car accident or a shootout. People are just losing it. It had to have been something else that was up with her, because even though she don't fight, she would have been like, hey, listen now, I'm not trying to fight, or something along those lines. Yeah. Yeah. We keep trying to make sense out of stupid. You can't. I would agree. The facts of the outcome is all we can go by. Accidental or not, a person lost it. Now, here's a person that lost their life at the hands of someone else. You know? I can imagine, Laura. I can imagine. And the whole time he was talking, he was nodding his head. No, I'm lying. It's hard, you know, but for Nazir to have come out to make the statement up front, out the gate, they're not saying nothing. Well, I need to come out and say something, which he did. And the first thing that came out of my mouth after listening almost 2 minutes into his 30-minute, I said, you're a liar. Reading body language, and I'm saying, okay, what's this about? Why are you gonna go on social media to say something like this? All of what you need to say, the authorities need to know. You prove yourself better by shutting your mouth. Because like they say, anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Like the video statement that he made. If they're going to weigh that against him later, yeah, we do demand answers for this queen. That's right. Me as a father, I mean, I felt his pain to see a man cry from a phone call. He's sitting down watching TV, what, 7:30 on a Saturday evening, and he gets this phone call. What? What are you talking about? She's in where? She's in Mexico. And then to find out that the details that the friend was talking to the mother. Nobody else called him. Think about it. Just like the police in Mexico didn't call Shanquella's mother. Wait a minute. I'm like, uh-oh. Because once you break the line of communications, especially in an event like that, a lot of things can go wrong. And in this case, it did. Sometimes in order to get to the truth, we must see some awful things, yes. We must also see how people behave. We must also listen to what they say. Like I said, what you do speaks so loud, what you say, I can't understand sometimes. And in this case, Shanquella's mom used that principle to discern that she was lied to. And hence, when they got that death certificate and found out a little bit more about what really happened, they stopped coming around. Yeah, you're not going to fight back? Yeah. I keep trying to think why they didn't give another reason for her death. Instead, it says spinal cord injury, which points more foul play. I agree. But not to have had an autopsy done, to have a complete medical examination on her. Like, okay, it's too much work for the Mexican people to do that. They just lay you on a table, look at you and say, okay, well, there's a scar here, there's a bruise there, then okay. They got beat up. Boom. Fill out the paperwork. Why didn't the doctor sign the death certificate? Why didn't the informant, that Yadira, Lisbeth, Morales, Nunez, damn, 4 names. I was waiting for the second or the third, like King Charles or Queen Elizabeth VIII, and no designation as to whether she was a medical person or not. Because most people who are medical have medical certifications that usually be an LPN, an RN, or assistant medical something. No designation there. Even the doctor's names always start with DR here in the United States, but this guy just had his name there too. Rene A. Gustavin Segura. Oh, really? They believe in a lot of names, that's for sure, but no designations. Didn't sign. And how that 15 minutes determined injury to death? Go figure. Go figure. How does that work? That's why it needs to be looked at, folks. So we got to just hope and pray that the feds on our side do their job. And damn it, this is an international situation, international case. Let's hope the Mexican government does their job too. They want to keep relationships with our country. They need to treat our people just as well as the United States treats their people that are citizens. that are citizens. You know, we got paperwork. Well, they should have paperwork too. You know. Oh man. I mean, ever since I picked this case up, it's like, you know, okay. You go to sleep and you wake up, and all of a sudden, here's another video. Here's another twist. Here's another phone call. Here's another interview. Okay, but it eventually is coming out. Yeah, well, hopefully, Miss Shani, hopefully, they won't be walking the streets that long. I doubt very much they'll be outside. Anybody who can recognize them with their face plastered all over social media. You know, and you kind of figure out of all things, alcohol poisoning, oh my goodness, who would leave someone in a completely different country but bring this stuff? I swear, this pissed me, and I feel you. I feel you on that. And like I said, I feel for the boyfriend too. What do you think is going through his mind? He was at the funeral. And he said something about Khalil lying in his face. So what do you think is going through his mind? Hopefully, he can retain himself and let the legal process work. Let the legal process work. Because if it's being worked on, it does not need to be interfered with. I'm jumping down a lot, and forgive me if I didn't get to your previous comments. I'm like really dragging behind. I thought the family would have brought her back and did a proper autopsy, and that was the first thing on my mind, Ray. You can't just expect Mexico to do things the right way. Obviously, looking at the death certificate tonight, as we did in the previous roundtable, and there is a lot of corruption down there. You know, when you think of Mexico, you think of what? Oh, the drug cartels. That's it. There's nothing nice about that place other than, you know, some of the things that they have down there that are amenities. You know, beachfront property and all that other stuff. It's beautiful. The temperature is tropical. You can have winter in New York and damn summer down there. Hell, you know, great retreat, but they don't handle their business right. They do not handle their business right. John, the phone and card missing. Really? Now, had the mother or the father said that? Blue Devil G? Is that something to I got to catch up. I got to catch up because I didn't see that interview that that was posted recently. Yeah, I know. I know, Miss Lorraine. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom now. Yeah, I am. I'm like, oh, man. Forgive me. I saw Doctora Latina in here, spiritual warrior. Woo! I am so sorry. Damn, I missed a lot here. I do apologize. Spiritual warrior. That's why I don't go on trips with people because their masks always drop when they have you far away from home. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. If they had a problem with her, they shouldn't have went on the trip with her. And to mess up somebody's birthday at the same damn time. Dejanay was one of the ones whose body language indicated that she wanted to fight her when she walked in the room on them plotting on her. Yeah, she was standing right there. I noticed that. I think she was in the turquoise dress, and then you had Winter that was over the bed. Dude was standing in front. I can't stand guys that walk around with the damn pants under their ass. That's a different signature. That is a different signature. So forgive me, Doctora Latina, for I didn't expect so many people to be here tonight. But it's good y'all came out. I had a few things to say. I wanted to share a few things and give you guys the opportunity to come up and speak your piece, in a sense. Share your thoughts. My last time dropping the link, because we're about ready to wrap things up. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody laid eyes on that death certificate, the news article that said autopsy released. The difference between a death certificate and an autopsy report, along with a toxicology report. I've shown you both Kanika Jenkins and Kylie Rodney. This is what I hope was done before the funeral services over the weekend, because they'll be able to find out a whole lot more if it was done. If it was done. Yeah, I think I came across that post. Some person put something like that out there. Okay, I guess we will be shocked. Whatever it is. Do we know who took the video from Quella's phone and uploaded it? Yeah. Did she have time to take that video portion that we saw and post it before the actual altercation took place? That would have a timestamp on it. And if the FBI is doing forensics on the phone, they'll be able to find out all of her timeline on her phone and get warrants, search warrants for everybody else's phone. Who they call, who they text, who they communicated with, all be there. And if video was deleted, they'll be able to extract it and get it. And if there is a second or third or even a fourth video that one of the others took of that altercation, that will be definite evidence that will be used against them. You can't get out of the box. You cannot get out of the box. True friendship lasts a lifetime, and it means you have that person's love and loyalty no matter what. Anything less than that is not a friend, but a frenemy. Well said. Well said. These young people go out and want to have fun. They want to kick back all the time. They want to party, and party says drinking and smoking and whatever extra they want to do. Crazy. I want to be able to go out far away and get as messed up as possible because I don't like myself. Alcohol and groupthink. And that's true. People do reveal their true selves when they're under the influence. They're not able to keep the mask on. They're not able to keep their mouth shut. They're not able to keep their feelings intact. I agree. It can get rocky real quick. Very quick. Wasn't the majority of the group childhood friends except for the best friend? Well, you know, there's a picture out there of a group of them together. I forgot to get it from Boss Blake. And yeah, I saw that picture. I saw that picture. Mm, mm, mm. And to see them so young and then to come this far to get to this place here. So they had each other's back, but not hers. Yeah. This is to God's almighty daughter, knowing them to be the snakes they were. They probably had already looked over her shoulder while she was putting her password in. Possibly. Friends want to know your business. Body language and facial expressions tell you everything you need to know about a person. True. True. Like I said, what you do speaks so loud. What you say I can't understand sometimes. The do, the action, is what you need to pay attention to begin discerning who you're with. Because like I said, if they're doing it to somebody else, flip the script. Put your name in the blank. Put your name in the blank. Keep yourself safe. I think she was stunned. Couldn't believe what was happening. Too far from home with no one there to help her. Yeah. Yeah. That's the hard part. I think her father cried more so for that than anything else. There's nobody there to help her. She was by herself. Even though she went with people, she was by herself. Two Raws in the building. What's up, brother? Thank you for jumping by. And I know I'm still dragging behind on the... I'm trying to catch up. What is your exact feeling about this case? I'm still sorting it, cat eyes. This is disgusting. It is the worst definition of quote-unquote friendship I've seen since the Kanika Jenkins case. You go out, you have a good time. Guess what? Everybody goes home together. Everybody, period. No one gets left behind. No one gets beat up. But yeah, discernment will help. Oh, we love you, John Boy. Okay, Laura. Love you back. I really enjoyed hearing your wisdom on what a friend is. Gives me pause. This whole case is deep, deep. Yes, Doctora Latina. It is. And as far as, you know, I've been able to cover my side of the information. I thank goodness for Mr. Boss Blake and 54 Keys at the round table to handle large portions of a case, and we come together, we put it all on the table, and then we chop it up. And then we put it together and then present it. Yes, we have our opinions, we have our perspectives, we have our thoughts about it, but it's got to make sense, and the details have got to fit. That's the only thing we've been putting out. Details that fit. The rest of it will get sorted out, give it a little bit more time, because tomorrow's another piece, and that might be the piece to lock the other piece together. That's how we work it. That's how we've been able to work it. And for doing 7 successful roundtables, we're covering the stories that matter. This one, oh my goodness. We had to share our thoughts with you on it. Even tonight, to expand the Speak Your Piece part from the last roundtable, to give you an opportunity to also speak your piece here on Table Talk. There's a reason I did a special live tonight on Monday. Now, here's what I'm going to do to wrap things up for tonight's Table Talk. I want to thank every single one of you for just holding up. Y'all come out and hang with me. There's been 2:43 on my clock. Boss said, if you're going to do 2.5 hours, maybe 3. I said, I hope I don't have to go that far, but, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm in a hurry or in a rush. He said, no, I get you, bro. I get you. You do your thing. You do your thing like you do your thing. And I said, okay, I'll do my thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I was able to put together a little something with Mr. Bossman Blake's help. And he got me hooked up. So I'm going to try to do my best because I'm doing this manually. I'm going to be playing some music. I won't get a copyright strike because I know who it belongs to. And at the same time, I'm going to walk you through a collage. A collage of folks that we don't forget. I haven't forgot. I don't think neither anyone of you here in tonight's chat ever forgot. And I was thinking about how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? You know, and I was working back here, and I asked Boss to come back here, and he said, "Oh, well, this will take a little bit of the complication out." So he was able to give me some music, and I was able to line up a very special collage, not just of SHANQUELLA, but a collage of cases of people's faces, circumstances, and cases that I've been able to not only lay my eyes on, but my heart as well. I'm going to share this with you. We try, Ms. D. We try. You're the very first to capture a glimpse of an exclusive John Q's Table Talk collage. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm going to try to stay in rhythm because, like I said, once again, I'm doing this manually. Let's see. How do I want to do this here? Well, I can begin with where we are and take us back into time. So once this is done, we're going to close out Table Talk. So I'm going to say much love to my moderators, Miss Leslie B., Miss Justice, Mr. Bossman Blake. I think that's who I saw holding it down. I love you, Miss Leslie B. Thank you so much for being here. I miss you madly. And Miss Justice holding it down. Thank you for being here. So you know how the ladies take care. Mr. Q. And I'm trying to swing up. Thank you for dropping the links to Bossman Blake, 54 Keyz. And you guys have just been awesome, like you always are, when it comes to me doing, me coming on live. I do apologize for last night, but I was working. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Anyway, let's get this going here. All right. Keep your fingers crossed.
Hey, hunters, man. Come on, man. Nigga open their mouth. Nigga came to what they was, man. Check, nigga. And you caught the cut and left in the hole. And left another nigga fat man in the blind. Oh, cheese, nigga. Nigga know we cloud the whole scene. Cheese, nigga. Check the news. You know what up with me.
Whole lot of dead ops, whole lot of smoke. Tell me what you smoking on. Tell me what you smoking on. They don't mean kush when they rolling up. Nah, it's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder.
Hold this L, nobody wins.
It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. I don't wanna die and I don't wanna go, but you got to. Think about it, you wanna be hot too. Hey, it's a part of the game when you win it. They might take your life while you winning. Nigga, look at Young Dog and look at King Von. Niggas rapping on the record like they made a Teflon. Labels, they got insurance and they about to get paid. Your sales just went up and they got you out the way. What you thinking that it's safe? Making songs about the ops, talking about you gon' pull up and how these niggas they gon' get shot. Now you all up on the ground, play you smoking on they fam. They got your location, came and smoked you on the cam. Damn. Whole lot of dead ops, whole lot of smoke. Tell me what you smoking on. Tell me what you smoking on. They don't mean kush when they rolling up. Nah, it's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder.
Hold this L, nobody wins.
It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. I'm sick and tired of the dumb shit. Scary niggas won't hit, telling on themselves. And they be yelling out, don't snitch. Videos of a nigga gray, and these niggas really pay. That's the definition of a renegade. You gotta pray for some sunny day. And ever since things changed, it ain't been the same. Shit, I don't know, all I know, I don't wanna go. Cause at the end of rainbows, there's a pot of gold. Listen, it's a lot I know. In every city, got a lot of smoke. They just don't get it, this is not a joke. It's like it's any, mini, money, mo. Fuck it, everybody go. Don't nobody feel like they wrong. Whole lot of dead ops, whole lot of smoke. Tell me what you smoking on. Tell me what you smoking on. They don't mean kush when they rolling up. Nah, it's about to be a murder. 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 It's about to be some smoke in the city. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder.
You hear the pop, 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 and the sirens yelling. Another op pack from a 187. Another mother crying from another brother dying. And I know that women tried, you can see it in the eyes. Another damn church, another face on the shirt. Another family hurt. That's another black in the dirt. That's another reverend quoting the Bible verse. And 6 others hurt. Why they put the casket in the back of a hearse? And what's worse is the retaliation, the revenge from within. In the end, hold this L, nobody wins. If you think about it, these niggas, they sick in the head from smoking the dead. And I'm on Hannibal Cannibal, it's time to ride on them, settle up.
I ain't seen you pull up on a nigga yet. I'm in your hood, matter of fact, where you niggas at? I just follow 50, nigga, get the strap. Them niggas shooting and they coming, where is 50 at? This is not a show, but it's a scene when you put your life on live and they cut you off the screen. This is real, not a dream. Now they smoking on your name, it's a party over here. Now they joking on your chain. I done seen the murders in the daylight. Shell casings on the ground where kids play, right? Nah. But what about the sons and the daughter in the path that you laid, like you're giving them the same rights?
Whole lot of dead ops, whole lot of smoke. Tell me what you smoking on. Tell me what you smoking on. They don't mean kush when they rolling up. Nah, it's about to be a murder. 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 Now you all up on the ground, play you smoking on they fam. Then they got your location, came and smoked you on the cam. Damn. Damn, some niggas graveyard, graves and shit. Talk about it, laugh about how they killed the nigga. Tell a nigga I'm gonna smoke 28 grams for your 28th birthday. I'm talking about these young niggas, these young up and coming rappers. Them niggas don't wanna listen. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. Hold on. I think we should hear something brand new. Y'all want to hear some brand new shit? We're going to ride out like this and we go.
Body to beat global.
Khalil, you going crazy.
a minute. I gotta get nigga to business. A lot of you niggas, you softer than bitches. And too many bitches beginning to switch. I'm sick of this shit, we bigger than who the fuck taking the trip, then killing their friends. Y'all niggas some cowards, you can't be a man. If they could start over, they do it again. Damn. Now none of you niggas thought about a fam. First thing they do is pulling out a cam. Truth is, you don't really give a damn. Then you go lie to the mother and tell her some shit that you know that she'll never believe. Ain't no damn alcohol pours and try to avoid. I hope that you never get peace. You bitches are weak. Who want them a friend like Malik? I know that nigga can't sleep. This shit done got deep. And them bitches was playing for keeps. What you did come with a fee. It was left up to me. Shit, I better not speak. I don't want them looking for me. And Deja, they hope that you praying for peace. The way that you look, you's a man to me. And catch hands from me. Nowadays, these niggas switch up. Either that or they gon' bitch up. You show love, but you can't get love. Most of these niggas ain't shit, bro. Big facts, I ain't lying about shit, bro. See the fake and the real don't mix, bro. If you real, go ahead, nigga, get them up. Fake ass nigga, sit down, you ain't did enough. So we screaming out, Quella, 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 Quella. He lame, that hoe be jealous. And you sucker niggas need to do better. They claim that they real, but a nigga can't tell it. So we screaming out, Quella, Quella. Let's go, let's go. Quella, Quella. Turn up one time. Quella, Quella. Nigga don't need love. Quella, Quella. So we screaming out, Quella. I know you're not scared now, bitch. Somebody should've did that shit. You should've left alone in the bed, little bitch. You know that you wrong. I can't stand that little bitch. Like you bitches was planning this shit. We need some answers. Don't panic, little bitch. And after you did all that damage and shit, then when they gon' put her little hands in this shit? I hope they handle the bitch. Like you won't speak up, little weak teacup. Bitch won't beef from the beef seeker. Bitch, you can hide, but they gon' reach ya. Niggas don't listen, but I'm gon' teach ya. This is the same as they did Nika. We gon' let the bitch burn, gon' get the ether. Cook her like dope, put her in the beaker. If the feds can't get you, then the goons gon' reach you. Quella ain't deserve this shit. Nope, we done got the word a little bit. Everybody heard this shit. Ain't nobody fucking with you, we gon' curve this bitch. This ain't no accident, bitch, this is murder. Trash your little bitch, yeah, we coming to serve. You come from a circus, looking so nerve. Now tell me, was it really? Nowadays, these niggas switch up. Either that or they gon' bitch up. You show love, but you can't get love. Most of these niggas ain't shit, bro. Big facts, I ain't lying about shit, bro. See the fake and the real don't mix, bro. If you real, go ahead, nigga, get them up. Fake ass nigga, sit down, he ain't did enough. So we screaming out, Quella, 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 Quella. He lame, that hoe be jealous. And you sucker niggas need to do better. They claim that they real, but a nigga can't tell it. So we screaming out, Quella, Quella. Let's go, let's go. Quella, Quella. Turn up one time. Quella, Quella. Nigga don't need love. Quella, Quella. So we screaming out, Quella.
Yeah, right? That's how we rockin' over here.
Nigga don't need love. So we screaming out, Quella.